IPL Radio, inspiring passionate lives for the community.
And that was Imaginaire by John Lennon. And we have the privilege of having the Mayor of Rockingham here at the moment, Barry Samuels. And he's going to give us an update as to what's happening in the area, in not just the political sphere, but also the community. So, Barry, welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Mike, and thanks for having me on. So I'll just run through what's been happening, and I guess recently people noticed in their letterboxes have been getting their rate notices, which is not always popular, but council has adopted its budget, and we've had a rate rise of 1.5%, so we've kept it down, and that's on top of last year when we froze our rates, and we gave a lot of concessions out. There was a GRV, gross rental valuation, done last year, so the council picked up the cost of that, which was over $800,000 as well. So we've tried to keep it at a minimum. We know people are doing it tough, and we know you don't like to get your rate notices. I got mine yesterday as well, so we're all in the same boat. But we're working hard, and I'll run through some of the projects that we're going to benefit from that rate increase this year. So we continue on with the Baldivis District Sporting Complex. That's going to be, when it's finished, probably a $50 million project. Karana Reserve out in Warnbro is being upgraded, and the Shellwater Reserve activity node is being done along the foreshore as well. So those include pavilions, change rooms, maintenance sheds, extra parking, and recreation facilities, and obviously all the other things that go around it, with like landscaping and all those sorts of things as well. So lots of projects going on. And in the meantime, we still maintain all our maintenance, our road upgrades, our drainage, footpaths, all those sorts of things as well. Yeah. We also recently signed a contract with St Patrick's Community Support Centre, and that's to deliver an assertive outreach service that will provide support with people who experience homelessness in the community. And we know homeless has been a big issue around of late. We see what they're doing in the city of Perth and other areas, and we're trying to work with the groups, and getting St Patrick's on board is a good help to help those people that are homelessness as well. And people that have been looking for a job, we've had a Rockingham Jobs Fair recently down at the Gary Holland Community Centre, trying to assist with young people and people in general, and job seekers a chance to liaise with training services and businesses as well, to try and get them into employment. So that was well attended, and was well executed by all those involved, including the Rockingham Kwinana Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, that's a good initiative. Good initiative for sure.
And was well received. And just for those that may be interested, there's local government elections this year. In October the 16th is the local government election. So we're just telling people, if they're not registered, to make sure that they are. If they've shifted address, to make sure that they're on the roll. And make sure if you aren't registered, or you've just turned 18, or you become a citizen of recent times, that you register by the 27th of August, which is not that far away, so that you're entitled to vote. It's not compulsory voting, but we do like to encourage people. I think we normally get about 30% of the people that do vote. So make sure that they're enrolled to vote. And also those people that may be interested in running for council. The mayor's popularly elected this year. There's a number of council positions up in different wards around the city, so we're encouraging people that they might like to put their hand up for mayor, or put their hand up for council. So keep those dates in mind. 27th of August is the cut-off date for the registration, and then the elections are on the 16th of October.
Very good, very good. So there seems to be quite a bit going on in the community. That's the main thing.
Yeah, there's always something happening at council. They can get on our website as well. Yeah. And have a look at all the things that are happening, and all the programs that are coming out, especially as we lead up to summer. Lots of events on for summer.
Yeah, for sure. So when it comes down to yourself personally, what's close to your heart at the moment with regards to all of this?
Well, I guess we've been busily working through our budget, our business plan, getting the rates set. And on top of that, we've got all those decision-making processes. Every month we have a council meeting. We have a number of meetings working, leading up to that council meeting, advisory committee meetings. We have standing committee meetings. We had a planning and engineering meeting last night. So there's a process that goes on. So there's never really a quiet time on council. We just keep working away, chipping away. Yeah. And as the councillors and the mayor, we're the policy decision makers, and that's what we do when we sit down at a council meeting every month.
Yeah, and I would imagine that this COVID-19 issue has been a little bit of a bugbear for everybody, yourself included.
Yeah, it has, and I must commend the CEO and all the staff for the work that they've done, because every time we've had to have a shutdown, we've had to shut down things like our libraries and our community facilities, the Aqua Jetty and those sorts of things, and it's not easy. We've got a I think some 200 casuals that we've had to put off at certain times.
Yeah, that's right.
And then bring them back and open the facilities up. So it has been really hard. It's been multi-million dollars in cost to the council, and to the ratepayers. Yeah. Freezing the rates last year, or the loss of income from all the hiring of venues, those sorts of things has come into play. So, it's been a big ask and a big issue, but it's been the same for everybody.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, it is good as well, the fact that you're coming onto the radio as well to actually highlight what's going on. But I mean, it's obvious in your own voice, the fact that it does impact you personally as well, because it does with everybody. So, yeah, thanks for that, Barry. There was one question that I was going to ask, and it was something that I've found recurring on Facebook especially, was the toilets down at, or potential toilets down at Point Perrin. Is there any chance we're going to see something like that in the future?
Yeah, well, Point Perrin comes under the control of DBCA, Department of Biodiversity Conservation and Attractions. So, we're happy to work with them. There is a number of issues down there with cars getting broken into and that, so we've quite regularly put our mobile CCTV cameras down there to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, okay.
We're busily controlling and building and constructing things around the city, but we're happy to work with DBCA if they're interested in putting something down there.
Well, that's interesting, and it's helpful as well, because obviously, again, as I said, I've only been here in the area just over a year, and that's one of my favourite places down there as well, right?
Yeah, so there's a lot of security issues down at Point Perrin. I agree with that. Yeah,
but you're right. I mean, there's a lot of areas that have to be looked at, and I'm sure Point Perrin is just one of them.
Yeah, we've had a number of complaints down there, and we've worked with the police, and Dick has mentioned that about the issues we've had, and the reason we put those mobile CCTV cameras down there, because a lot of people are leaving their iPads, their phones, their wallets in the car.
In the cars, that's right.
Visually, so people can walk past and see it, and there's been a lot of cars broken into it. So we're telling people, don't leave those sorts of things in your car.
Yeah, I mean, most of these people are opportunists, and if the opportunity is left visible, they're going to take that opportunity. Absolutely. So, yeah, you're right. Just one other aspect as well. You mentioned about the homeless advocacy as well. I know in August we've got Homelessness Week. I believe that Councillor Hayley Edwards has been actively involved in that. She's with the Baldivis ward. What's Barry's involvement going to be?
Well, we work with a number of advocacy groups, looking at ways we can help the homelessness people. There's the state government are committed to building some infrastructure in this area. I believe it's. I think they've made a decision it's going to be in Mandurah. But we'll look at all different ways through the committees that we've got set up to work through, look at the issues, work with the state government, work with all the stakeholders in coming up to some sort of assistance with people that are having those sort of problems in homelessness.
Yeah, of course. And again, like you said, with the COVID aspect, there seems to be more homeless now than there ever was, unfortunately, and trying to get them into some kind of work or some kind of housing is a key, right?
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, not passing the buck, but it is a state government issue as far as the housing. We're happy to work with them, and we do work with them. We've got a number of groups that are set up and meet on a regular basis, and we're happy to assist in any way we can.
Yeah, and I think this is where you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, really, because you're right, it is a state government issue, but when it comes down to people wanting work done, it's you who they turn to, and of course you're right. You've just got to not pass the buck, but you've got to do something about it.
Well, we don't have the funds available like a state
right.
government, but in saying that, I mean, we're happy to work with them. I mean, we get a number of complaints, especially down the foreshore area, from some of the businesses down there that are, that have had issues with them, and trying to work with those people and get those government agencies that are down there to work with them as well.
Yeah, of course. Very good. Have you got anything else you'd like to leave us with?
No, I think just tell everybody to stay safe. I mean, the weather, we've had a pretty wet winter so far. I know it's pretty miserable. On top of that, we've got COVID. You probably can't travel from state to state. We certainly can't leave the country.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to leave the country. So we're just telling people to be safe, work with us, and hopefully things will get better as we get closer to summer.
Yes, and I'm sure it will. Have you got a special song request that you would like to have?
Oh, not really. I don't know what we're playing, but my favourite artist is Simply Red. I don't know if you have any Simply Red.
Yeah, we've got some Simply Red.
I love Simply Red, and I've been to see a couple of his concerts when he's been to Perth. So I don't mind that sort of music.
Yeah, sure. We will find one. We will make sure we put it on. Barry
thanks,
Samuels, thank you very much for the interview, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Great. Thanks, Mike.
Take care.
Cheers.
Thanks.
IPL Radio, inspiring passionate lives for the community.